The space we're sat in at the moment is part of the structure that will eventually be installed on the site. The site that we're performing the show is the North Kelvin Meadow and Children's Wood in the West End of Glasgow. We had this idea of constructing a maze which would guide the audience around this site, and that during that journey around the site they would encounter the performers from the show. And the performers from the show, pretty straightforwardly actually, tell you a bit about themselves, a bit about their experiences of having autism, and some material from the book. So Naoki Higashida's experiences of having autism.
This is how Naoki communicated with others and was able to write the book.
He writes, I've learned that every human being with or without disabilities needs to strive to do their best. And by striving for happiness, you will arrive at happiness.
There's 5 autistic performers that you'll meet as an audience member journeying through the show, and 1 neurotypical, as the jargon has it. The point being, and this is one of the ideas the show is trying to communicate, that there is this vast spectrum of experience for people with autism, and that no one person's experience will be the same as another's.
But I do agree that whenever someone treats me like a toddler, it really haps me off.
One thing that I do agree with Naoki is that jumping is amazing.
And then the other main reason, very simply, for working with performers with autism is that we wanted to make a show that represented people's real lived experience of that condition.
For me, autism is like a crack in stone. It's like a crack in a pebble.
The show contains different types of performance. Some of it is a straightforward encounter with the performers of the show who tell you about themselves and their real experiences, so it's quite autobiographical in that sense. They also quote passages from the book and refer to Naoki's experiences of having autism. And then also what we've done is adapt these short stories that Naoki Higashida included in the book. So as well as the book acting as an autobiography, it also contains these little, they're almost like fables or allegories, often drawn from kind of fairy stories or mythology that he's adapted to, I think, to talk about autism from a completely different angle, from a completely non-autobiographical, realistic angle, and to have this kind of creative perspective on autism.
There's nothing to worry about.